Good morning. My name is Samantha Bartram. I'm the sixth grade teacher over at Coastal, and I also teach Intro to ASB on Wednesdays after school. I'm also fortunate enough this year to be participating in the Leadership Institute. As a part of the Institute, I've learned so many different things and been exposed to a variety of different avenues within the organization. And it's really caused me to think about where I'd like to give back and where my talents would best be served within the organization. I am very passionate about empowering our student leaders and our students to make changes not only in their education but in their lives. I have a vision that I'd like to share with you all, and that vision is centered around growing our ASB program into something bigger than just an after-school class. Presently, all of our ASB classes and programs operate on a site-by-site basis, somewhat individually. My vision will be to continue to align all of our programs with the same goals and the same purposes, so that essentially you could go to an Intro to ASB or regular ASB class at Coastal and one at, say, TCA Bear Valley campus, and you would be seeing the exact same class going on. More importantly, my vision is to build a school culture through student leadership. So instead of just having ASB be an after-school class per se, I want our ASB students to have a presence around campus. I want other students to see ASB kids walk around with their t-shirts on, whether it be they see them participating in a school fundraiser, coming into the classrooms, making announcements, living by the 8 keys, whatever the case may be. I want the presence of ASB to be felt everywhere. And lastly, I want to increase our impact by offering leadership in both traditional and blended learning formats. So, of course, leadership is accessible to anyone at our school, but I'd also like to begin offering webinars and even the possibility of an online intro to ASB class that would be open to any student on any track. Now, at the end of this slideshow, I have a handout for you that discusses my vision in much greater detail, but this is just the highlights of it. What I'm proposing is for the 2014-2015 school year is that I will be the K-8 Director of Student Activities and Leadership. Now, that job will have two feature components. First of all, the Director of Student Leadership, and second of all, the Director of Student Activities. As the Director of Student Leadership, I would create a comprehensive leadership training for all ASB students. This would include me teaching all middle school level ASB classes at all sites. It would also include me overseeing the Intro to ASB program at all sites. Now, my Intro to ASB program is a fusion of Ken Blanchard's Student Self-Situational Leadership program and a fusion of more servant-based leadership. So essentially, Intro to ASB would be partially working through the Ken Blanchard curriculum and partially finding ways to give back to the school and piquing the students' interests in different ways that they can take on additional roles and responsibilities at their own site. Additionally, I would be initiating and directing a student internship program at all sites. Now, what this is for students who have completed at least 1 year of leadership, show a high level of responsibility, and are interested in getting some field experience, working with a workshop teacher or potentially a specialist at one of our sites. Now, they would apply for this program, be trained over the summer, and in the fall, be placed with a teacher or specialist to support 1 day a week on campus. Now, these students would be mentored throughout the school year by me on Mondays via a weekly webinar in which all student interns from all sites would meet in this webinar and engage in a discussion about their field experiences and development opportunities to grow as a leader and as a young adult. Also a part of my job would be a huge focus on student activities. A few highlights of what that could include would be overseeing all lunchtime and spirit events at all of our sites, planning and supervising all special events for middle school students, such as special beach days, dances, um, recognitions for academic, social, or athletic achievement, and a variety of other things. It is my hope to host a variety of Saturday workshops aimed at connecting our TCA K-8 students. Now, these wouldn't be on the same days. For example, we may have an elementary-based workshop and a middle school-based workshop on different Saturdays, but the idea is that there'll be different themed workshops parents can sign their kiddos up to go to, and say a second grader from our Bear Valley campus could connect with a second grader from our TCA Vista and Coastal campus at this workshop. So the idea is that we will be bringing students together from all of our campuses to connect and learn together. Also, a part of my focus on student activities would be partnering with parents via surveys and focus groups to ensure that our student activities are meeting not only what our students need, but what our students and parents want. As times change, interests change, and my job would be to make sure that we are catering to our families and what they desire. And lastly, I would serve as a liaison to our Classical Academy High School ASB program. I would work with Judy Z to ensure that our program is aligned with their high school program, and also work to set up a mentorship between the high schoolers and our middle school students. What I really want to emphasize is what I'm proposing is making ASB not just an after-school class. I am proposing increasing the role our ASB students play at our schools by training them to be carriers of impact and influence. Their presence will be felt in the hallways, classrooms, and even in online settings. Now, in order for this transformation to happen and for it to be long-lasting, I must be present at each campus during the school day to help facilitate and support student leaders in their quest to increase their sphere of influence. So the idea is, in the ASB classes, I will teach all of our students the skills they need to make change. However, during the school day, that's where the magic happens. That's where I'm floating through the hallways and I'm helping these student leaders. I'm catching students doing great things. I'm recognizing their impact. And almost like an amazing disease, it becomes contagious and the entire school catches it. At this point, I invite you to take a look at the job description that I drafted out. This goes into a lot more detail about what features are included under the Director of Leadership and the Director of Student Activities and the various services which I could offer to your school. If you have any questions about any of this, I will be here shortly at the leadership meeting at 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great morning, everyone.